Hey everyone, and it's morphing time on Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. Yeah, welcome back, but different kind of morphing. Not your usual Power Rangers morphing. Yeah, what kind of morphing time it will be, well, you'll find out just in a moment. So today we'll be facing off against 3 mini-bosses, believe it or not. What the hell, is this a Mega Man game or what? A boss rush of some sort? Well, pretty much, yes, but yeah, all these 3 mini-bosses will be quite interesting. So the first mini-boss we'll face actually in the next room, so just use your Shine Spark here to break these blocks, and yeah, remember that giant caterpillar thing? Well, this is the room where he resides. There are actually 2 of these things here, so the first one is defeated very easily. You just shoot your beam to his core there, and he'll go down. You can also use your rockets if you shoot rockets right next to his core. So yeah. So the second caterpillar is much more trickier to deal with, because you see, you can't damage him normally. When you stay close to him, he kinda rams at you, and to make him go away, you have to use your missiles like that. To actually defeat the boss, you, well, have to use your bombs to blow up, well, his core there. Honestly, guys, this boss took me for about an hour in my first playthrough to figure out. I'm not even kidding. Because you see, well, this mini-boss, this whole room, well, it's not so hard boss-wise, right? But it's more like a puzzle, basically, where you have to solve a riddle. How to actually, well, proceed through these 2 bosses. And yeah, this boss is actually entirely skippable. You don't have to defeat him at all, because remember that big shortcut after you received Ice Beam? You can take it, and then, yeah, you can be right here in Lower Norfair. So yeah. And by the way, speaking about our beam, as you can see, I'm not utilizing my charge beam too much in this game, simply because beam in general is actually very weak, to be honest. If you receive all the beam upgrades in the game, your beam deals 5 damage on average, your charge beam deals 20 damage on average, and your missile deals 20 damage as well. So basically it's much more useful to use missile because you don't have to charge it like charge beam, you know? So yeah. And yeah, regular beam is very weak. So yeah, you see this breakable wall here, which you can break with your rockets? This is actually the way out of that big and giant tunnel which leads from that place after you receive Ice Beam. Yeah, here to the Lower Norfair. So yeah, really big and awesome shortcut. So in the previous episode we received the map of this whole Norfair location, and now we actually see where we have to go to reach Ridley, which is our next main boss of this game. So yeah, he is actually here to the left, as you can see. But first, yeah, we have to deal with our second mini-boss for today. So yeah, he'll be right around the corner here. So still we have a lot of items to pick up, as you can see. So yeah, I'll pick them up later, but for now, well, we'll have to deal with our second boss. So yeah, our second boss will be actually right now here to the left. So let's save our game and let's proceed to the next room. He won't be in this next room, but he'll be in the room after this next room. So yeah, also a pretty interesting mini-boss. It won't be too much of a challenge, but still it will be more of a challenge than the previous 2 caterpillars. So here we have these vines again, so I'm kinda noticing a pattern, because we already visited a similar room before, if you remember, where monsters were kinda tangled in these vines. So I wonder, that's kinda really odd. And here's yeah, that caterpillar who has been entangled in these vines as well. So really weird, really. I wonder. Okay, and yeah, this room, well, this is the mini-boss room. So yeah, just use your mobile here to drop down, and here it is. Again, giant caterpillar like before, only this time around, this caterpillar, well, is entangled in these vines, and yeah, he also shoots spores at you, so watch out for that. By destroying them, you can receive health and also missiles that way. So the thing is about this boss, how you can damage it, you have to damage his vines. You can do that via clever jumping from this platform here, as you can see, but you can do that actually much more easier as well. You can just freeze that flying turtle, which for whatever reason in this case has wings, I don't know why. So yeah, basically you can freeze him, then you can stand on him, and then yeah, just shoot your missiles to these vines. On your first playthrough you will probably be struggling with this boss, simply because, well, you have to take many things into the account. For example, if you are freezing this turtle, well, you have to stand on it, then you have to aim properly, then you have to shoot your rockets up to these vines, right? And you also have to watch out for these spores which are flying in your face, and you also have to, well, keep on freezing this turtle to stay on it, so that you don't fall down, you know? So yeah, but after a while, this boss, well, actually, yeah, is not too challenging when you figure out all your basic game mechanics, so to speak. And yeah, when we, well, dealt with these vines, then this giant bug just falls down here. So yeah, and that's it, and he also reveals a hidden passage here, which leads us to Ridley himself. So I wonder, what will be the third mini-boss in this part? Well, we'll see, but yeah, for now enjoy the cinematic, where it will be actually revealed that Ridley has finally came to Zebes, and he has a pretty fancy spaceship. I have to be honest with you, really. So yeah, here it comes, our giant xenomorph buddy. And yeah, if it's not obvious already, then the name itself, Ridley, is a reference to director of Alien movies, Ridley Scott. So yeah, Ridley himself, giant pterodactyl thing, also resembles giant xenomorph. So yeah, so Ridley is one of the most interesting places in the whole game. Just listen to this music, it's very, very atmospheric. So yeah, this place is the place where atmosphere really starts to resemble horror and Alien movies, really. So you normally have to go here to the left to reach Ridley, but here you can take advantage of this particular shortcut here up above me. So basically you shoot rockets here, and you see the secret passage is revealed, and then you use your bomb jumps to yeah, actually reach this place here. Normally this is a way out of Ridley, but yeah, you can take advantage of the shortcut to actually reach Ridley much more faster. And also this shortcut can be utilized to actually skip the next mini-boss fight as well. So also you see here there are some enemies here which are constantly respawning from that pipe. You can also take advantage of that to restock on your missiles and restore your health. So yeah, Ridley in general is one of the most trickiest places in the entire game, because there are many tricks that this place has up its sleeve. So yeah, developers really were testing your intellect with this place, because this place features a lot of traps, kinda. So there will be yeah, many occasions where you won't know how to proceed further. There will be many occasions where you will be falling down fake floors and such. So yeah, definitely watch your step in this whole place, because this place is well, mysterious and tricky. So you saw there that bug. Apparently he's still alive, So he dug a hole there. I wonder. So yeah, basically to go further through the game, you have to visit Norfair again and go from Norfair to this passage that this bug actually dug right now. So yeah, apparently, well, this bug turned into a big cocoon, so yeah. That's why I say, you know, it's morphing time! So yeah, I wonder what will be our next mini-boss. But hopefully it won't bug us too much. So, but yeah, here you just revisit Norfair again, drop down this hole, and well, let's go to the left, where our next mini-boss resides. So, yeah, pretty interesting mini-boss battle. But pretty tricky as well, especially on your first playthrough. So you can take quite a lot of damage with this mini-boss. As you can see, the bug escaped, so well... I wonder. Eggs! Well, hopefully no facehuggers will come out of these eggs. But yeah, destroy the final one, and... oh my god! Yeah, here's our next mini-boss, Giant Wasp. So this boss, he flies from one direction to another, and then occasionally shoots needles from his tail. So what I like to do, I like to stay here, to the left, and then when he swoops down on me and flies to the right, then I go chasing after him, and then I shoot his tail, because tail is the only thing that you can damage. So yeah, for that I use my missiles. And when he goes from the right to the left, then I just evade his attacks here. You can use your morph ball there as well, because he won't be able to reach you that way. And yeah, that's the whole strategy with this boss. He shoots these small little needles from his tail. You can shoot them down to grab some missiles and also health. So yeah, remember that. Yeah, this boss can be really hard on your first playthrough, just because you can take quite a lot of damage with this boss. And yeah, this boss will be quite a challenge actually for you, if you won't evade his attacks. So the more damage you deal to this boss, the more this boss changes color, so this is kind of like a chameleon wasp of some sort. If there really is that thing in the world, I don't know, but yeah. And that face of that wasp, this is probably the most hilarious thing in this entire game, because, you know, this game in general has a pretty serious tone, but yeah, that face, man, is, yeah, the most hilarious thing that there is in this game. And yeah, when you deal enough damage to this boss, well, his tail falls down and he rams into this pillar here. And yeah, now we can grab our next upgrade, Super Missiles. So Super Missiles are overpowered. So a missile deals 20 damage, right? Super Missile deals 5 times the damage! That's right, Super Missile deals 100 damage in total. That's like obscene. Final boss of this game goes down in 5 hits of these babies. So yeah, Super Missiles are just really overpowered. Yeah, and now that we have Super Missiles, you can also unlock these green doors with them. Also, there are some Super Missile blocks in this game. There are not too much of them, but now that we have Super Missiles, you can break these blocks with them as well. So, yeah, this is your first Super Missile tank that you receive normally in this game, but remember in Brinstar there was one item which we haven't picked up still. So you could sequence break that item and pick it up much more earlier before this particular Super Missile tank. So yeah, and like I mentioned before, this entire Giant Wasp fight is, well, actually entirely skippable if you choose to go after Ridley through the right secret passage there. So yeah, the thing that I realized just now is that in this short episode we actually went through whole life cycle of this giant caterpillar, so yeah. So like I mentioned before, whole Ridley location is very tricky. It features different tricks up its sleeve. Watch out for these owls, and watch out for the enemies in general in this place, because they'll deal a lot of damage to you. So as you can see here, we have a lot of enemies in this particular room. And then you have to go here to the left. But, well, you can be Sonic here, below the floor, and yeah, you can actually skip all these enemies that way. So yeah, this well, place features a lot of different secrets, and also a lot of different hidden missiles. Yeah, that's right, we'll be receiving a lot of missile tanks in this whole place. And also here, watch out, because yeah, this floor is fake, so you can actually drop down here. So, and then you'll have to kind of go back to this place to reach this energy tank. So what are bugs doing in Norfair, like, anyway, these giant caterpillars? Because, you know, in general, Norfair is a really hot place. You may figure that, you know, bugs, they are kind of afraid of fire, right? But no, they are just fine with that. So yeah, that's really odd, really. So yeah, this whole Ridley place, it kind of loops around itself, but still, it's pretty tricky, very interesting and a tricky place. So, and yeah, the music, it's all about the atmosphere in this place. You know, you are just wondering what's around each and every corner, basically. But anyway, guys, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. So next time we'll go through this whole Ridley location, and yeah, after that we'll be facing off against our arch nemesis himself, Ridley. So thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time. Cheers!